The mother identifies a distinction between those of goodwill who are unconscious instruments of the divine and those who can and do become conscious instruments of the divine. Those with goodwill and aspiration may be guided or impelled to undertake actions which support the divine intention in the manifestation. If they are not fully conscious instruments, however, they will tend to have limiting or contrary movements that partially deflect the true and powerful direction intended. The more conscious the individual becomes, the more capability he has to channel the intended force with the least resistance or deflection or diminished result, through ensuring that all the elements of the being are actively able to support and amplify the divine intention. There are many forces that shape the action, including past historical or even genetic elements, educational factors, family, community, national or religious influences, all of which have an impact on the final result. As the conscious individual takes up a review of these factors, he can begin to mitigate their influence and ensure that the signal becomes stronger in relation to the noise of all these obstructive elements. The mother notes, quote, "It seems to me impossible to escape from this necessity, organization of the being around the psychic, if one wants to be and is to be a conscious instrument of the divine force. You may be moved, pushed into action, and used as unconscious instruments by the divine force if you have a minimum of goodwill and sincerity. But to become a conscious instrument, capable of identification and conscious willed movements, you must have this inner organization. Otherwise, you will always be running into a chaos somewhere, a confusion somewhere, or an obscurity, an unconsciousness somewhere. And naturally, your action, even though guided exclusively by the divine, will not have the perfection of expression it has when one has acquired a conscious organization around this divine center. It is an assiduous task, which may be done at any time and under any circumstances, for you carry within yourself all the elements of the problem. You don't need anything from outside, no outer aid to do this work, but it requires great perseverance, a sort of tenacity, for very often it happens that there are bad creases in the being, habits, which come from all sorts of causes, which may come from atavistic malformation, or also from education, or from the environment you have lived in, or from many other causes. And these bad creases you try to smooth out, but they wrinkle up again, and then you must begin the work over again, often many a time, without getting discouraged, before the final result is obtained. But nothing and nobody can prevent you from doing it, nor any circumstance, for you carry within yourself the problem and the solution." End quote. Reference, Sri Aurobindo and the Mother, Our Many Selves, Practical Yogic Psychology, Chapter 5, Organization, Harmonization, Unification, pages 140 to 141.